Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day. And if you've heard of the company called Garden of Life or familiar with the logo, then you know this is a very successful company co-founded by Jordan Rubin. Jordan Rubin is also a well-known author and written over 19 books, soon to believe to have his 20th book. And he's gone through a lot in his life, and he's taken what he's experienced in his life and has helped millions of people become healthier in the way they feel and the way they live. He's on a new mission with a company called Beyond Organic, and he's taking a whole different approach. He wants to cut out the middleman and build it through word of mouth. And this company products are going to be very exciting. We've had a chance tonight here in West Palm Beach to hear him speak about his story, his life, where he's been, where he's going, and where he's taking Beyond Organic. So after you've had a chance to listen to him speak, you can click on the link to learn more information at the website. You can register completely free. And then if you have any questions, please contact me back with any questions you have, and I'll be more than happy to try and answer those for you and go from there. So I really appreciate your time. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some food, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for your time, and have a healthy and prosperous life.
Programs really all around the country, and so hopefully this will be the first or second or third of many. In fact, I know that people are leading small groups, large groups, and even larger meetings than we have here. I believe that the Beyond Organic message that started as a seed in my life may do the same in your life. And I've talked about this before, but if you're new, the Beyond Organic mission started when I was in a 40-day period of my life, deathly ill, but yet, for the first time, after 18 disease diagnoses and 70 medical experts with hope, I was in this 40-day health experience that I would later call the Maker's Diet. I was learning how to eat. I was learning how to live. I was transforming my body, soul, and spirit. And I needed tools to do it. Some of those tools included foods. And some of those foods were hard to come by. Southern California was friendly for your rights to consume healthy foods at that time, so I could consume the dairy, the beef, the veggie juices that I needed. But I knew then, at age 20, without any money, without a lot of friends, not much purpose in life, spending 2 years or most of it in a wheelchair and deathly ill. I also didn't really have a family that was full of energy and life because they had been torn apart due to my own health challenges. But what I did have is that little bit of hope. And when I knew that I would be well, I didn't know when, but I knew how, I realized that this living hell that I had gone through was not just about me, because God doesn't waste our pain. It was about the person on the other end that needed to hear this message. I never dreamed at that time that I would share this message with millions. Hundreds of thousands live, millions through radio, magazine, television, and 20 books. But I knew there would be somebody. And each and every day, I meet that somebody. It was interesting. I was giving a seminar in Las Vegas a couple of days ago, losing track. And I shared with the group that each and everywhere I go, it seems like I meet somebody who comes up to me and says, "Jordan, I can't believe it's you. I need to tell you that one of your books that I read, where I saw your before picture and later your after picture, I read about your story and your trip from tragedy to triumph. And I didn't see you, but I saw myself. I saw hope, because if you could do it, I could do it." I told that story. Not 2 hours later was I in a health food store. And I was in a rush trying to get some food so I could take about a 9-hour flight, 2 flights actually. I needed to eat some healthy things as opposed to what they serve on airlines. And as I was leaving, it always comes at the worst time, a woman comes up to me, and I shouldn't have done what I did, but she says, "Oh my gosh, you look, did anyone ever tell you look just like Jordan Rubin?" And I said, "Yeah, I get that a lot." But before she turned to walk away, I acknowledged that I was myself. And she said to me verbatim, Jordan, I can't believe this. I read your book, Patient Heal Thyself. And when I saw the pages, I read about the story, I saw the pictures. I didn't see you, but I saw me. I had Crohn's disease, and I had 2 days to live. And she went on and on. And it caused me again, the person who shares this message every day to somebody, it caused me again to think, to take a deep breath and to stop and say, would my life and my struggles have been all worth it for Sarah? And as we talked, and she said, Jordan, I'm so confused. I still don't know what to do. I'm so much better, but I want to go even farther. And I realized Beyond Organic's for Sarah. And Beyond Organic is for Sarahs everywhere. But here's the difference. I can't meet every Sarah that's out there, but you can. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. There will be people that join Beyond Organic that benefit with a changed life, a changed diet, a changed world. I'll never meet them. I'll never see them. But they'll be a testimony as a result of your efforts, your time, your resources spent. Life gets busy. We've got so many things going with our job, with our extracurricular activities, certainly our family, and whatever stage of life we're in. But it's because of Sarah that Beyond Organic exists, and I have to remind myself of that each and every day. What I also learned in the last couple of days, I learned today. I was doing an interview from the UK. A health expert there was doing an interview, and she talked about Beyond Organic, and we talked about what you're going to hear tonight, how to change your diet, and how some of the things we're doing on our farms and ranches, by going back to history, to take some old world methods and use modern science to bring them directly to people. She talked about each and every product and these opportunities. At the end, she said, you know what, Jordan? I'm jealous that I don't get these. I'm in the UK. Where am I going to find my Beyond Organic food? You know, there are people that have no choice. They can't find Beyond Organic foods. I said, well, Tracy, you could go to local farms and ranches, and you can bring our Beyond Organic list of 10 criteria that you're going to learn about, and you can ask them if they do all these things, and you could get really close, I bet. But I can't tell you when Beyond Organic is going to be in Great Britain, the UK. See, we have an opportunity to join Beyond Organic. Tracy, appreciates it. Hopefully, we do also. And then, of course, there's people in the United States, and I met a pastor / chiropractic physician recently who lives in a city in Alabama, which escapes my mind, and he said, Jordan, I tell my patients and my congregation about organic foods all the time, but guess what? We can't get them anywhere. You see, we're spoiled here in Palm Beach County. What do we have, a half dozen health food stores, maybe more? Some of the largest ones? We don't remember what it was like 15, 20 years ago, and we had 2 health food stores, and the produce section and meat section was yay big. We don't realize that Beyond Organic is for Sarah. Tracy can't get Beyond Organic out of this country, so we should appreciate it. And then Beyond Organic is for Dr. Scott and all the people that he tells to eat healthy, but they leave his practice, they leave his church, and they have nowhere to go until now. There's a lot of things we can say about delivering foods and beverages from our farm to your families. Well, gosh, can't I just go local? I wish you could, and one day, I believe you will. I believe there'll be 10,000 farms and ranches that do what we do. Some people say, but Jordan, that's competition. The day that we have 9,999 competitors will be a happy day for me. Folks, there's a cost, though, to being ahead of the curve. I was talking to a friend of mine in the car, in the parking lot here, and he was talking about some messages that we share. He says, Jordan, you know, gosh, I've heard of being on the cutting edge, but you're on the bleeding edge. And I said, yes, and I bleed for this message each and every day. It seems like everybody in the world is against this kind of a message. When your own government creates programs that are not friendly to what it is you do and we need and want, it brings it pretty squarely home to understand that Beyond Organic may be more American than America itself. Beyond Organic may be healthier than health food stores. Beyond Organic may be more mission-minded than some churches and religious organizations out there. But what I want you to understand tonight as you hear a message, many of you for the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 10th time, Beyond Organic's not my mission. It's our mission. And as they said in Spider-Man Part 1, With great power comes great responsibility. You see, we have the power to share a message that's not being told. A message that people don't want to get out. A message that the dairy industry doesn't want anybody to know. The beef industry wants to be kept a secret. The companies profiled in Food Inc. don't even want you to hear about this. I'm talking about the good companies. I remember my mom saying to me a while back when we started Garden of Life, Jordan, why do you have to be so outward with your message? I mean, why do you have to talk about the fact that other companies use filler ingredients and how they don't really use juices in their products, and talk about all the differences in what you have versus them? I said, Mom, because people need what we have, and if I can't offer somebody something better, something they need, I'll never open my doors of business again. But everything we have and everything you're going to learn about it Beyond Organic meets a need that is not otherwise met. And what's funny is, many of you will attest to this, you could sit back and say, you know what, Jordan, I'm super healthy. I don't have any health problems. I'll go with what I can get at the health food or grocery store. 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, if you live in this country, if you're around long enough, you or someone you know or love is going to need something that you hear tonight. I met with a pastor from Colombia that I was introduced to by my pastor. And we were talking about this message. This is a couple of months ago. And he said, Jordan, this is awesome. I'm so excited about what you're talking about. Can you come to Colombia and share this message? Not only do we need to hear the message of health, but there's so many people that need to understand in the church the entrepreneurial spirit and how to take business back from a lot of the other forces that take over in Colombia. He said, but I'm pretty healthy, Jordan. I mean, I preach 5 services a week. I don't even remember the last time I was sick or went to a doctor. I eat well some of the time. I'm just a powerhouse and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Not 3 weeks later was I at a local restaurant with him where he was talking to me about all the health challenges he had. Just in a 3-week period. Jordan, I don't understand. I got no energy. I'm just in a fog. My cardiologist wants me to be on 3 medications. I couldn't even preach 1 service last week. Did this pastor's health deteriorate in 3 weeks? No. But unfortunately, as the Bible says, what you sow, you shall also reap. Sometimes you reap much later than you think, but you always reap. Who's the Beyond Organic message for? The Beyond Organic message is for the person who's seriously ill, like Sarah was. The Beyond Organic message is for the person who can't get these kind of foods in their area. The Beyond Organic message is for someone who feels good now, but knows that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In fact, tell me another message, a physical message that we can deliver on this earth that applies to virtually everybody beside this message. As you're out there sharing this message, many of you are here not only because you want to consume these foods and beverages, but you want to share them. You don't need to feel like you're selling anything. You're there to meet a specific need in someone's life that they might not even know they have. As I've told you time and time again, when I share the Beyond Organic message with different people in all walks of life, their reaction always brings to mind this statement. It's what I never knew I always wanted. Or rather, it's what I never knew I always needed. The foods and beverages that form the foundation of Beyond Organic gave me my before and then after picture. But over the next decade, there are going to be thousands of people that go from tragedy to triumph, that start as a mess but end up being a messenger. And it's going to be solely because of you. We can't calculate how many lives are changed, how many health challenges are abated or avoided. I wish we could. I wish we could make that our standard, make that what we grade ourselves from. I can promise you, though, that every product that's sold, every book that's given away, every TV program that's watched, lives will be changed, and you will meet people in a health food store that you overhear saying, my life was changed when I was introduced to Beyond Organic. Many of you know that Beyond Organic took about 16 years to come to pass. I was blessed to start an organization called Garden of Life in 1998. And through creating whole food nutritional supplements, We were and are able to bless millions of lives. I've traveled to 5 continents to share this message, 44 states. I've got to figure out those 6 that I haven't been to. I think I have to do a seminar in Alaska, maybe. A few more in Hawaii. We've been able to share a message in about 5 million copies of books. But something tells me that this is just the beginning. If you do something that you don't necessarily want to do in your flesh, but God calls you to do, and you face lots of opposition, I've learned in life that there is much on the other end of that resistance, that opposition. I can tell you, if anything has gone on in the last several months, it's been challenges and opposition, but I'm unwavering. In fact, I don't care who tries to shut me up. At this point, I've been through and learned enough to know that that one person, that Sarah, waits on the other side. And the day I start closing my mouth is the day that people go without hearing this message that is beyond organic. It's more than eating as you learn. It's about changing your diet, changing your life, and changing your world. Our mission, and you've seen it before, is to transform the health of this nation and world one life at a time by creating superior quality foods and beverages, teaching the principles of healthy eating, abundant living, and environmental stewardship. It's the message where east meets west, where right meets left. Think about it. There's so much difference of opinion today. The leftist movement in America in terms of politics really champions green living. Seems like the conservatives don't really care as much about natural health and the environment. A lot of battles over that. Whether you're a right-wing evangelical Christian or whether you're very liberal in your thinking, this message of sustaining human life and the environment rings true. It's another opportunity for you to share something that really matters to people that have a wide range of different beliefs, politically and even spiritually, and a great opportunity for you to point them to the truth in all areas.